Y'all know what it is, man. We are back to the Ray Patt Show, Season 4, Episode 3. Donnell, man, what's going on? How you been since the last time?
Chilling, man, out here getting it, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah?
Ready to get back at it like always.
Yeah? I think I was forgetting to tell you something. Hold on. What was I forgetting?
Where you gonna go with this dumbness?
That's it. What? Shut up and be quiet, man. Today, we are joined by...
Hold on, dog. You not finna just run past me and tell me to be quiet like that, bro.
Oh, he's
I'm
got
not that type
something
of
to
dude,
say.
bro.
Yeah.
I always got something to say.
I like it. That's part of being quiet. You're not supposed to have anything to say,
you
you
can
know?
start now, bro. I'll allow it.
It's time to go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll allow it, yeah.
Cool. Today we are joined by friend and fan of the show. My man is an artist. He's a rapper. He's a promoter. He's a super producer. Just an extraordinary gentleman. We are joined by none other than King Jay Brook, Brook Leroy himself. Y'all help me welcome this man to the stage. How you doing today, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Glad to be here, bro.
Yeah.
Glad to be here with you, man.
Welcome to the show,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Now, man, I see you've been watching the moves. Let me first say I appreciate the support, man.
Oh, for sure,
I'm
bro.
glad that you were available when the producer made the call. Here we are, man. I don't know if you're familiar with how the show goes, but what we do is we bring the headlines. Obviously, there's a bunch of news.
Yes, sir.
This is America, so we do play the blame game. Someone needs to
Alright,
blame.
alright.
We're going to start this episode, or we're going to go from with this episode around the association, where we'll cover the NBA. We're also going to go one-on-one with Jay Brook, man. We'll let the people learn who you are. You'll be able to tell us a little bit more about your moves and those things. And then we wrap the show with the show favorite of Sit Your Ass Down. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's
Stay
get
ready.
it.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Headlines, man. The Los Angeles Lakers appear to be in for a bigger struggle than anyone had them pegged for. My question is Anthony Street Clothes Davis being a good leader while LeBron James is out?
Man. You want to go first, man?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony's doing what Anthony do, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not the guy that you expect to be leading the whole situation in the first place. He's a temporary guy, you know what I mean? A guy that can carry it for minutes or moments or weeks or maybe even a month or two here and there. That's just not the guy that he is. He's just trying to hold it in place for LeBron. They have a whole new team. When you bring a guy like Westbrook in, the whole dynamic of a team just kind of is going to get switched around. So it's going to be hard for Anthony to kind of get a grip on it, especially this early in the season. You know what I mean? Like, people have to keep in perspective that, like, hey, it's only a few games into the season. You know, you look into these teams and stuff like that, and you look at how they're playing, and then you're thinking, like, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that, but it's 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 games. We're not that far into the season. When you have these kind of starts in the beginning of the season, they're real apparent. You know what I mean? They stick right out. If you're 0-0 and you come out the gate and you go 5 and 10 in the beginning, it sits there. You 5 and 10, you're right there. You're in 13th place. People can see it. It's right there. It's clear. But if you have that 5 and 10 stretch in the middle of the season after you won some games, you just fall back from the 2nd seed down to the 5th seed or the 6th seed, and people don't panic as much because it looks differently. So it's just the beginning of the season, man. They're in a place where they're progressing and trying to get better, winning some games, losing some games, trying to figure out what it is. And LeBron James is out. You know, Anthony Davis is out.
Is LeBron building a convenient excuse by taking these games off?
Nah, I don't think that's what it is. I really think that they're in a situation where it's just kind of coming to that spot where, you know, it's gonna be tougher for them to compete on that highest level. But when it comes down to it, that's LeBron James, that's Anthony Davis. You picking Jokic and Murray over them? You picking
Maybe Utah?
You picking Gobert and Mitchell over him? Like, I mean, I hear you. Like, I know. Like, if Kawhi Leonard comes back, you picking those guys? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it seems like they're not playing that well. But I need people to start telling me what team they think is going to really beat them.
Okay. Jay Brook, chime in there, man.
Man, I don't know how you can really look at somebody and want to play for them and feel like they a leader if they always getting hurt. I mean, dog, like, it's crazy. Like, it's like every play, my man falling down. You know what I'm saying? He almost worse than Dwayne Wade, my G. Like, that is,
Yeah.
Come on, man, that is insane, bro. But I mean, the leadership stuff, man, it's like a lot of like bickering sometimes to be going. I feel like he feel like people think he's soft, so he got to try to put it on his players and stuff like that. Like the thing with him and Dwight. You know what I mean? Like, just...
He better
you know
stay away from
Dwight.
Dwight.
Is about 37, 30, you know what I'm saying? Whenever he is years old, like, that's a
14
grown-ass
kids.
man. Yeah, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect a man like that, bro.
Yeah. Who was right in that situation, though? You think Anthony Davis was right, or you think Dwight was right? Because
I mean, we don't know.
everybody tried to give grief to Dwight, and I think Anthony Davis was out of line.
I mean, we don't know who was right because we didn't exactly hear what was going on, but it's just a perception that you need to put on.
I know
with
Dwight
your team.
Howard. I know Dwight Howard better. Chill out. Yeah, he got to chill out.
Why?
Just because he Dwight Howard at this point in his life.
That's true.
Did Kobe give him that much of a bad reputation of where he has to watch his moves now?
He's at a point in his career where, you know what I'm saying, you having problems with the best player on the team, second best player.
It seems like none of these problems started until he played with Kobe, and Kobe is my guy. But it seems like none of this started until then. So
it doesn't matter when it started.
Like, is he
now.
be held responsible for that?
He's been held responsible for it.
Okay.
The narrative is not going to change when you get into an argument with the best player on your team. He's in the spot that he's in. So Dwight Howard just needs to chill. I'm not even saying who's right or who's wrong. I'm just saying, like, the dynamic of the team, the way the team is set up, you'll end up, like, you know, somewhere else.
On the
It's
couch.
true, though. Don't let that have been LeBron.
Yeah.
But back to that point about you talking about that man being on the ground. That's just this era, bro.
You think so?
That's just this. Yeah, bro. They stay on the ground, bro. I come from an era, bro. I play ball,
Right.
and what I'm telling you is like this. Look, if you could hurt me, and I promise you, I won't tell you nothing about it, ever. We just gonna play through it. You know what I'm saying? The way these cats are now, man, it's like on the thing of like, man, as soon as somebody touch them, they lay on the ground. Like, bro, for me, like that's a thing. Like I'm saying, like, dog, you could punch me with my mouth, and I'm gonna do my best to never lay on the ground and be writhing in pain and holding my face and all that, kicking your feet and all that other stuff that these dudes do. It's just this era, bro. It's a different kind of way of playing basketball, man. Like, they're all okay with that over exaggerating of pain.
But if you injury prone, why fall on the ground? Why risk injury? You know what I'm saying?
No, it don't make sense. It don't make sense because
it's kind of weird.
But it doesn't make sense on any level on the real, because again, like, man, you a grown man and we out here trying to compete, and really on the level like the way I play sports, I'm trying to chop your motherfucking head off.
True that,
you know what I'm saying?
That.
So on some real shit, it just kind of comes down to a thing of like, I don't want to let you know that I have anything hurt, because again, where I come from, if you tell me your stomach hurt,
I'm gonna punch you in it.
You're gonna get hit in the stomach the whole rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's how I play. So, and I play for fun. These dudes just play for the bag. You know what I mean? They play for the bag for real. So,
I definitely understand that, man. Next in the headlines, we have MMA along with IBF, the sport of boxing, man. Recently, we saw two explosive fights: Canelo versus Plant, along with Usman versus Covington.
that was my night, man.
I showed that it seems like now with these fighting brands, like cross promotion is a real thing. So my question is should Usman fight Canelo?
Hell no. Why you digging in? Look, let me say it like this. The only reason Usman should fight Canelo is to get the bag. But if he fight Canelo, he's going to get his head beat in. That is not a competitive fight in any way, shape, form, or fashion. With this cross-promotion stuff, the only way that these MMA guys are going to have a chance when they're going to box these guys is if they're going to give them, like, major size advantages. If they're going to be the same size guy, you're going to bring a 150 guy and a 150 guy, or a 170 guy and a 170 guy. That's not going to work. Okay. That's not going to work. Like, it's disrespectful to boxing. Because in all those cases, they're going to go to boxing as the way that they're going to do it. And if you're going to take a guy that's never had a boxing match or just boxes in the gym or maybe had a few amateur fights and put him in against a champion, he's going to get his head knocked off. Just the same way as if you have a guy like James Toney, who's probably one of the best natural boxers of all time, just skill-wise, of what he has in his hands, of a crazy-ass guy that just throws hands like better than anybody in the world, and you put him in an MMA ring, and they grabbed his leg and threw him on the ground and choked his ass out. Because it would happen the same way. If you put Canelo in there with Usman, Usman would hurt him. He would hurt him. Okay. If you put Usman in there with Canelo, he would hurt. Canelo's gonna hurt.
Okay, I understand that. Jay Brook, chime in on that, man. What's your perspective?
Man, we seen Tyron Woodley against Jake Paul. Like, Woodley is one of them ones. Am I correct?
Yeah.
One of them ones.
Well, yeah.
Jake Paul
used to be one.
Used to be, but still though.
But he should be.
Exactly my point.
Because you changed it. You changed what he was doing.
The sports. That shit looks
that's not even what he do.
It looks totally different when you get in that ring, especially Canelo. Like the way he was walking Buddy down, he doing this to everybody.
And you gonna bring somebody that don't even box? Look, hey, and that's the thing that's so funny about you bring up the Woodley joint. If you look at the way Woodley was punching, Woodley's punching like the next thing he want to do is grab your thighs.
Exactly, bro. He punching wide. Come on, bro.
He throwing one punch, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab your thighs and I'm gonna put your ass in the cage. But then he throw the punch and he's like, oh shit, I'm in the ring. I gotta chill. I can't put him in the cage. Okay. And I gotta stand back up. Like, bro, it's literally look like that's what he's trying to do every single time. Yeah.
Like boxing is technique. Like them dudes is scientists in there, bro. Like Mayweather is a scientist. You know what I mean? It's just different. You seen what happened with McGregor, Mayweather. It's just different. Like they toying with these boys. Like y'all hands not fast enough for that.
And again, for me in my life, I'm always a dude. Like I don't know who's listening, man, but look. I always be a dude like trying to keep shit on the low, but like if you gonna steal some money, man, if you want to steal a little bit of money, y'all do your thing. But the shit ain't real. You know what I mean? If you want, because it's stealing money.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. Like I don't knock it. Yeah, I ain't never gonna knock a cat for getting his money. We just out here giving opinions and stuff like that. But if y'all want to keep it on the low and y'all just want to fight each other, you know what I'm saying? Knockout clause, all that little bullshit they put in these little contracts. Yeah. Do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Feed your family, you know what I mean? Have your kids in good spots and all that stuff. But
because I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, man, it's entertainment. I'm watching too.
Look. While you watching, I'm doing my thing too. I'm not giving y'all no $90, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's somebody getting streamed somewhere.
You get your money, I'm gonna get mine, baby.
Yeah. Hey, what's good for the goose has to be good for the gander, right? That's in the headlines, man. I recently saw a shenanigans situation with college football, man. It seems like firing coaches middle of the season or not letting coaches complete a season. It seems like it's the thing to do now, which is crazy to me. I'm bringing up LSU, TCU, along with Texas Tech in this situation. LSU, not too long ago, at Orgeron won a championship. This year, they told the man, you're fired, but we want you to coach. TCU, Gary Patterson, built those Horned Frogs up. They were absolutely nothing until he got there. They fired him, didn't let him complete the season. Texas Tech, they also released their coach. Now, granted, he wasn't there as long. If I'm a kid, do I respect this decision, or should I listen to these coaches anymore, especially if I know that they're being fired? What does their word really matter? What is your take on lame duck coaches and the way the situations are handled?
Man, if I'm a student and my coach is mediocre on my team, I don't trust you. I don't know what's going on anymore. I feel like this program is about money. You know what I mean? That's really the problem with this, man. Like, everything is uncertain nowadays. Coaches feel uncertain. Staff feel uncertain. Everything is big-time pressure. It's always pressure to win a football game, to win any sport. But now I feel like you have to be the best. Like, if you're not in that top 4 slot, then we don't want you. We're going to cycle you out. It's not about building, you know what I'm saying? What about rebuilding the team? Nah, come on. Yeah, that's why the same ones keep getting it. That's why, you know what I'm saying, Alabama keep getting every single player, because that's just certainty. We know my man ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Now, now that you brought up Alabama, are they responsible for the other institutions?
Man, no. If you winning and people want to come to your school, I don't know what they doing, but if you winning and people want to come to your school, then it just is what it is. Like, when I'm supposed to be like, man, you know, we're not gonna take the number 2 guy. You guys can have him. Nah.
If you can convince that many brothers to go to Alabama, I mean, bro. You out there, you know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at him. He already got his hand behind his back. Bro, you want to come out here to Florida or Alabama? Like, man,
okay.
I'm going to go to Tuscaloosa.
That's crazy, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude 18, 19 years old, so like, you know they about their business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the thing about, I think that's one of the lessons of that situation, is that they kind of know, they kind of get guys in there about their business. You're not going out there to be in Miami. You're not going out there to be in LA. You're not going out there to be in the middle of this mess and stuff like that. Yeah, you're going to party on campus, but you in Bama.
Okay. I understand that.
Making millions.
But back to the topic. I mean, bro, the players got to focus
Okay.
on themselves. You know what I mean? They can't get caught up in this situation with these coaches. College football is business. It's
True.
in business. Now they're being included in the business. So like they have to focus on themselves. You know what I mean? You have to focus on the path of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to get out of the situation, because that's what the schools are doing with you. They're getting any and everything that they can get out of you. They're profiting. Now they're allowing you to profit, but for you to profit off of those situations, you're going to need to be successful. If you're not successful, you're going to limit the amount that you can profit, and you're going to limit the amount that you can get out of the situation. It's one of the things that we talked about before when we talked about the money coming into college. You know, it's just that thing of like, hey, everybody's time of being popular and shining and being able to get paper is at
Sure.
Sometimes that guy's in the NFL. Sometimes that guy's in the second half of his NFL career. But sometimes that guy's in high school. Or sometimes that guy's in college when they're there at their most marketable. So it's like you have to focus on the fact that this is the time that you might be able to get bread and get as much bread as you can and be focused on you and don't be worried about this
coach.
That's about to have his money. You know what I mean? That's about to have his money. And I was trying not to say that, but in the sense of like just what it is, it's like, you know, you can't focus on these guys because these are guys that are going to get other coordinator jobs and other jobs making 6 figures to 7 figures and stuff like that. You have to be focused on yourself. You don't have anything. You trying to get to something. They're already there. Don't judge your life on another. Don't judge your life.
So your job is to remain focused as a student athlete.
Your job is always your job.
I understand that. I understand that.
You know what I mean? Anytime you can bless somebody else or it can be helped by what you do, is a blessing. But your job at the end of the day, like even relationships, you with somebody, you doing it because they make you happy. If they didn't make you happy, you wouldn't be with them. You would still be with you.
You can't separate you from yourself. I understand that, man. Last headline, man. And last week's episode got a little contentious. State of hip hop, man. I really want to know, should there be a union for music artists so when unfortunate things like we saw not long ago, the Astroworld Festival happens, the artist actually has a governing body to represent them? I saw the numbers have recently ran up to over 100 people pursuing Travis Scott. Now, obviously, you can blame whatever direction you want, but should there be a union that kind of takes place and steps up when these things go on? Or what is your opinion on it, being that you are an artist?
Man, I've been hearing for years about hip hop getting a union, man. Joe Budden speak a lot about it on his podcast, trying to get the word out. I actually believe that we should have some type of, union put in place that, like money situations and things like that. I feel like record labels, I feel like these arenas and all these things, like I feel like they're really taking advantage of us. Like they can slide without, culpability. And I don't know if that's if that's a good thing for us, because just like Travis Scott, I feel like he's taking a lot of the blame for something that should have been organized.
He ain't looked at one blueprint, one
man.
logistic.
Come on,
That boy was smoking sweets.
Come on, man.
Flipping through which pair of Jordans he was gonna wear on that stage, and they do that man like that. Like, should they have a union? Yeah, I think everybody's probably should have a union. But in reality, since like 1963, they're not letting people start new unions. So it's just
Is
one
that
of those
to
things,
protect
man.
the interests of the shady promoter, or?
Yeah, it's better for the business. It's better. People don't want unions out there. It's better for the business. It's going to make you pay the employees more. It's going to have somebody fighting for the rights of the employees on every single little small little thing, and it's just not something that companies want to deal with. It's something that they've gotten rid of. The music industry has its other out of where you can be more independent and take care of those things on your own. That's kind of your option of not dealing with those companies. There's risk and reward with both sides of it. You know what I mean? You can go with the major label and you can have the support and the backing and the machine behind you and stuff like that, or you can build it up on your own and do it like that and be solo and out there and have more control and all these things that and the other. And it just kind of comes down to one of those things that you got to make choices about. The fact that all these people are suing Travis Scott, They're just looking for somebody to sue, man. I just think those are kind of the lawsuits that, like, I don't think that that's the kind of stuff that's going to bring or necessarily would even need to bring a union in, because I just feel like those lawsuits are going to bounce around. Like, I just feel like they're just looking for who they need to find out who they can sue.
Okay.
So
Just throwing it in the universe.
like,
So I gotta catch something.
we got something. We got a pocket full. We got a pot full of noodles, man. We just don't.
Let's see what sticks, huh? All right, I understand that, man. I think that I agree with you, Jay Brook. I think there should be a union as well. Just protect your rights as an artist, right? And then if something happens, hold somebody responsible for it. So I don't know if they'll ever do it, but I definitely think it would make sense to do. That's it for the headlines. We'll be right back with the Blame Game. Y'all stick around. Y'all know what it is. This segment's brought to you by Hypocritically Acclaimed. Make sure you check out those guys on all social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or hypocriticallyacclaimed.com. Want to join the show? Shoot us a message. Maybe they'll respond, maybe they won't. You never know. Fellas, y'all ready to play the Blame Game?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Isaiah Thomas recently said the 76ers dropped the ball with blasting Ben Simmons after his woeful playoff performance. I'm not so sure Isaiah Thomas is the person to be listening to. Who is to blame for the situation with Ben and the 76ers? Seems like the story is never ending. Jay Brook, take it away.
Man, Ben Simmons is the blame. No, I'm just playing, man. Nah, man, never the player like that, man. If any organization come out, if any high-power coach or anything like that come out and blame you after a game, you know what I mean? Like, we can't even talk about referees. Like, if I play in the NFL, I can't even say something about a referee. And for me to say something about my own player, my own teammate, my own, come on, man.
Is that a failure of leadership?
Most definitely.
What if it's the player's fault?
Okay.
I mean, you trash at that time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gave him a bag because y'all know that he can produce. He had a tough moment. I don't know what happened. I don't know why my man Jumper is like that. It's crazy. But, hey, you gave him the bag. You chose to do that. But you don't go
I'd have cussed him out in the car. I'd have cussed him out in the
Come
car.
on, bro.
But not in front of
I'm not
everybody.
getting on the microphone talking.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I don't even type about black
you can
folks
get
on
it in the
internet.
car.
You know what I'm
Like, bro,
saying?
you
I'm
was
like,
bullshitting. Dump on that little.
yeah, come on. Come on, bro.
I understand that. So let me ask y'all this. If you guys had a manager and then the manager comes out and says, like, hey, I don't know what the hell happened with those guys, would you fire that manager or what happens?
It's all mitigated, man. Like, you got to look at the situations as is. Like, depending on what spot you in. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes you're going to get fired. If you're on the edge, if you're winning enough, then you're not going to get fired. Doc Rivers is a guy that has a high enough, level in the league where, he's probably not going to get fired for the things that he says and stuff like that. But what it did is the blame does go on the 76ers because they're messing with his value in the streets. What happened is what happened. We all saw that. But for you to bring additional things out and make it seem like, you're not trying to make things seem as best as you possibly can when you're trying to trade somebody in. It's literally doesn't make sense. It's literally like I'm going to the car dealership, I'm turning my car in, I'm about to trade my car in, but it be clicking and it be turning off on me, and you don't need to tell them that. They don't see that. You can turn it on, let it run, and stay quiet. Yeah, just chill. Maybe it won't do it when they looking. You know what I'm saying? And it's a thing of like, Ben definitely has some blame in his play, in the position that he's placed his career in, but for the blame of how the trade is being handled, for the blame of how his value has been devalued in the streets, and the way that it was handled from people above. That's how jobs work. You're a supervisor, you can't say the same things a regular employee can say. You're the manager or the supervisor, you can't say the same things a supervisor can say. You the office CEO, you can't say the same things the manager can say. It just is what it is. That's just how it works in the company structure. You're the boss. And the boss and the boss's boss and all those people was talking about Ben Simmons on TV, messing up his value in the streets. Now they stuck with him. Now they banging that boy upside his head, $300,000.
Are they justified in doing that?
Absolutely.
It's not justified. It's not right because of how they were handling the situation and why they're making it more difficult to make the trade and all stuff like that. But again, I'm on that other side, man, of like, you know what I'm saying? You signed the contract, man. You signed that contract, that's in the contract. You could show up. You don't gotta like what's going on. We people. We gotta go to work when we don't like shit. It be rough sometimes. I don't like that food. They've been talking about me. And you gotta go clock your ass in and get in front of that computer and start handling your business. So again, he cannot like being in that situation. And if you don't want to be there, he can let that be known publicly if he wants to do that. But if he got to show up to work to get his 360, he need to come to work and get his 360. Or he can sit home because he balling like that. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the team is going to do what they got to do, man, because you can't, like how do you do that? Like you say, is he justified in sitting home? But how do you do that? Like, you going to come and you're not going to give us full effort? You're going to come, but you need to be at the doctor, at the therapist every day?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? Like, we're going to give you all this bread. You're not really giving us no effort. We're not playing you in the games because we don't want you to get hurt because we're trying to flip you. You know what I'm saying? So he got to at least do his part.
I understand
You know what I'm saying?
Doc knew better than that, though, man.
No, that's shiesty. It's definitely shiesty.
He knew better than
It's
that,
definitely
though,
shiesty to come at your player like that. You're supposed to have his back.
Okay.
Again, like all those kind of conversations, man. I'm a realist, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, family. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm telling you is like, you've heard me speak real, but that's not stuff that I'm gonna say in front of other people. You know what I mean? If I gotta tell you some real shit, and I gotta tell you how I really feel, and I gotta tell you how you really gotta step it up, and what you really need to do, and that you bullshitting. You say that to somebody, but you don't say it on TV.
I dig that.
You don't say it to other people that are not a part of your circle.
Okay.
And you just don't get down like that. And that's a sellout move to make. That's like putting on a show.
Yeah.
You want to put on a show? Put on a show. I'm gonna put on a show.
Okay.
Paul George
understand that.
Yeah.
Paul George did the same thing to Doc Rivers, though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? For you to do that to a player,
Yeah.
when you grown as hell,
Doc Rivers deserved everything he got.
that's
from
what
Paul
I'm.
George.
That's what
And
I'm
Paul-
saying.
No, he deserved everything he got from Paul George. if you gonna let Paul George cheat on your girl,
Lord.
if you gonna let Paul George cheat on your daughter, and then you gonna trade for him,
You
and
going
then-
deep
You
with
can't.
it.
No, bro, you can't. No, if you cheat on my daughter, I can't trade for you.
Yeah.
I
Straight
can't.
up.
No, straight up.
I can't. You cheat on my daughter, you was gone. You
That's
over
true.
there, and I'm gonna bring you. No,
No, that's true, man. That is true, man. I don't know, dog. I think, you have a duty. If you neglect to fulfill your duties, then I think you should be blamed. Ben Simmons clearly neglected to fulfill his duties.
Multiple duties.
He did, right? So,
He neglected his duties on the court.
right,
He
like,
neglected.
I'm on the side of,
Shoot the
like,
goddamn ball,
you
son.
know what I mean? Like, straight up, if I'm Joel Embiid, if I'm Doc Rivers, I feel like I probably did the right thing. Like, you need to
not
be
on TV.
blasted.
Just not on
like,
TV.
Sometimes a public reprimand is a good thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it is. It's not always, but
sometimes
sometimes
a public reprimand gets you a private punch in the face, man. If you gotta talk to
saying,
him,
like-
don't let Ray do you like that. If you need to talk to a man, go talk to that man. If you need to talk to a man, go talk to that man. If you talk to that about a man to another man, you trying to get punched in your face.
straight
Everybody ain't from the hood. I'm trying to tell you. Don't talk to no man about another man unless you ready to get punched in the face. I promise you. I'm telling you, it's life.
All right.
It's not right. It's not justified. I'm just telling you.
violence is real. Yeah, not everybody's
Talk to a
prepared
man
for
about
violence.
Talk to a man about another man. All right, you better talk. You better go talk to that man.
Relax. Let's talk to me first.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that, man. Next, who's to blame, man? Judge Dennis Schroeder definitely appears to be on Kyle Rittenhouse's side. Who's to blame for his shenanigans in the courtroom?
I mean, yeah, that judge is bananas. But again, it's just that thing of like judges. It's a job that you get to keep and you can have and you keep for all this time. You're allowed to basically do whatever you want to do, and he's not Supreme Court, so he will hopefully, when his time is up, get voted out. But that time while you're in there, you get to be.
Should he be disbarred for his actions? He is actively reprimanding the prosecution, and then he's letting the defense do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, for this specific scenario, I agree that he should be disbarred.
Okay.
But I understand the slippery slope too. You know what I mean? So I struggle with that just in the sense of like if every time we don't like what a judge is doing and we just disbarring judges and stuff like that, and judges make those kind of decisions and make those kind of things, and when we don't agree with them, you can't just disbar them all because again it's going to make it to the place to where we end up with cops. Where people don't want to be cops. It's not worth it to be a cop. All the negative and bad things that can come with it, the amount of money you're gonna make, it's not gonna be worth it. Like
that makes
the
sense.
judge knows he's not gonna get in trouble. Like, man, I came in here, now I'm not even a lawyer no more, goddamn. Like, you know what I'm saying? I made a couple bad decisions, you took away like 8 years of school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, he's definitely out of motherfucking line. Like, don't get it tangled nor twisted that I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about the slippery slope of taking taking judges out every single time that we feel like they're judging things in the wrong way, I would be more comfortable with them just maybe having another trial at some point.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
With another judge.
Jay Brook, chime in there, my man.
I mean, are we surprised? You know what I mean?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
Everybody gonna protect their own, man. That judge was probably like, yeah, there we go. Bring that gun out. Protect that store. You know what I mean? And to see that boy on that damn stand.
When he run away, go catch his ass.
Come on, man. Them crocodile tears and broke the judge down, man. Judge over there, he looking at them. You know what I mean, man?
I feel like
people gonna protect their own, bro.
I feel like every time I saw Kinfolk cry like that when I was a kid, man, it got
Man,
you
come on,
It did.
man.
It got you another beating.
Man, cry like that in front of your daddy,
You
man.
make all that damn noise.
Cry like that in front of your mama, man. My mama
You
give
know
me
what,
5
man?
more of them.
When I used to cry like that, it was, keep it up, I'm going to give you something to cry
Man,
about.
come on, man. Because now you fake.
You know,
Now you fake.
We already know you're fronting here.
Yeah, it is
Come
wild,
on,
man. I think the judge needs to be disbarred. I think he is out of his mind.
boy Ray
man.
be going for your
And then
head,
he's
dog.
cracking like jokes about the Asian community, talking about I hope the Asian food isn't on those
See, I ain't heard
boats
that.
and these things, man. He is just clearly losing his mind. I hear he's over 70 though, so like Jay Brook said, are we really surprised? Unfortunately not, man. Next up in blame game, man. Seems like investigations are running rampant, whether it's the NFL or the NBA. Most recently, it was the NBA with the Phoenix Suns, and then like that wasn't enough already. You got the guys up in Portland showing their ass too. What is going on, and who's to blame for these investigations, man? Jay Brook, talk to us.
Man, once again, are we surprised that these people saying and doing the things that they gonna do, man? They giving them millions of dollars, but it don't matter. Y'all are still what you are to us. These, you know what I'm saying, the people around the organization still whatever. Let's bring in the females. Let's, you know what I mean? Like it's still the same thing, man. It's big money at the top, and we gonna party, have fun. We gonna say what we want because we got the big money. Like I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not really a surprise.
So money doesn't change who you are; it just brings who you
just
are
bring
to the
it out,
forefront,
man.
huh?
Oh,
Just
it
bring it
accentuates
out.
it, baby.
Okay.
I ain't gotta hide no more,
Yeah, I ain't
man.
gotta hide no
I ain't
more,
gotta hide
man.
no more. You can't control me,
Yeah,
baby.
my bag different.
Yeah, I don't like y'all.
Straight up.
Okay.
Straight up.
It is what it is. Women,
Minorities.
gays, minorities.
chest.
Come on, man. Let me
Yeah,
just come
just
on.
get it off
man.
my chest.
Okay.
Just to have the whole spectrum of everything to be included, like a John Gruden, to have the, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, they hit them with every part of what's going on in America right now. For you to be going against that, it's just kind of like, man, like, I'm not surprised about it, man.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand that, man. Should people lose jobs as a result of the negative findings of the investigation?
For sure.
Yeah.
If,
Come outta here.
If Donnell Sterling had to lose his team for 5 minutes of him trying his best not to be racist for that whole, he tried from the bottom of his heart.
Okay.
He tried from the bottom of his heart.
Yeah.
He tried so hard not to be racist.
Yeah.
Like, I know you hanging out with black dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you gotta bring them to the game.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, so if that's the line we drawing, then yeah, they out of there in Phoenix.
Okay.
They borderline in Portland. But,
Yeah.
but they out of there.
They out of there
in
too.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
They playing them games.
It's too much, man. It's just.
I mean, there's a lot of people that want to own these teams and stuff like that,
Yeah.
man. A lot of, and that's the thing that I've said before when we talk about owners and people owning teams and stuff like that. And sometimes, man, we get older and we start going through time and we lose a little track of time. It's 2020, man. If a guy owns a team and he's 70 years old, that man was alive in 1960.
That's a fact.
They was hitting brothers with hoses in
Yeah.
1960.
Wasn't too long
So
ago.
again, and not even those guys, because those guys may be a little older and a little bit more out of the game now. You got to think about those guys that were raised by those
Underneath
guys.
them,
The guys that are 65, 55 years old and stuff like that, that were raised by those guys in those houses, in those situations that maybe have curved their racism a little bit. But a lot of it is still kind of
can't
like,
run from
it's
who
like,
you
it's
are.
like base. It's like in their
Yeah.
base. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying, of like how they feel about people and stuff like that, man. So just a lot of that's going to just kind of come out.
Okay.
Like accidentally sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just because that's just how we live or how they
Yeah.
live. You know what I mean?
Last one for blame game, man. Is David Griffin to blame for the struggles of the New Orleans Pelicans?
I mean, they've made some wrong choices.
Okay.
They've made some wrong choices. I mean, if you look at the situation, in all honesty, just the simplest choice is if they pick Ja and they didn't pick Zion, they would be a better team right now. Like straight up. Like it's and again the thing is like we get the hype that was around Zion.
Yeah.
The
But
writing was on the wall.
But past the writing on the wall, that's the thing what the professional does. We're the fans.
Right.
We're watching the game. We're hyped about the dunks and all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to see the next level. You know what I mean? You have to see the different spot. That's how you end up in that other situation with Lonzo Ball and Tatum.
Yeah.
You get caught up in the hype
Yeah.
of all the stuff that was LeVar saying. So that's the stuff we're saying again
Yeah.
on the other show where the bad can be bad. LeVar was good in the beginning.
Yeah.
He was good in the beginning. He was the hype train. He was the hype train to bring them up to get them to the spot to where they get drafted higher than where, than where they should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you look at the situation and if they would have took Ja, they would have been a better team. They could have made other decisions. They could have been a better team. They traded Anthony Davis for not that much. You know what I mean? For not that much. Like again, he wants to go to the Lakers and all this, that, and the third. But like, okay, Lonzo Ball and
Brandon Ingram.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about to be my point. Like they
Go
brought
ahead.
in nonchalant players
Okay.
without a leader
Okay.
for a guy who already looks like he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He's a fat boy.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to say
He's a
it.
fat
You know
boy.
what I'm saying? Like,
No, speak
No,
your mind.
Like, yeah.
no disrespect to no fat boys
Yeah.
out there, man. But we basketball
Yeah,
players,
basketball
man.
players,
We send you in these streets, man.
Yeah.
So when anybody come through a little bit thicker and something like that,
Yeah.
man, they got a little chest hang down and those stuff, hips on the side. They fat boys on the basketball court. We're not talking about in regular life. We're not talking about at the gym. We're not talking about nowhere else. And on the basketball court, Zion Williamson is a fat boy.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Who telling him no?
We knew that from Jump Street.
Yeah, who telling him
Yeah.
get his body together? Who telling him nah?
No,
he
he's just a
ain't.
fat boy. He just gonna be a fat boy. That's
Yeah.
what he is.
I mean, but you gotta have somebody to yell at
You
you,
know,
or something,
right,
tell you
yeah.
something. Come on,
Yeah.
my G, man, don't pick
Yeah.
that beignet up again, man. That's too many.
They sent him
many
over there.
beignets.
They sent him over there. They sent him over there to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? They
That's
should
a
have sent
fact.
that boy to Utah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
They put 3 drops of salt on that chicken.
Oh man.
He would have pushed it
I'm
back.
all right. I'm straight. I'm straight.
I'm good.
He wouldn't be eating
Sarah,
as much.
Sarah, I don't want another plate. I'm good. I'm good, Tiffany.
Oh man, that's a lot, man. Yeah, no, I think David Griffin is responsible, man. He didn't like
Yeah.
Alvin Gentry. He said, word on the street is he told people around him that he could give all the answers to Alvin Gentry, and Alvin Gentry would still fail the test. Okay, cool. Then you bring in Stan Van Gundy. Obviously, it didn't work out with Stan
Bruh.
Van Gundy.
And they act like he did something. But they act like he did something in Cleveland.
That's what I'm saying.
They act like he did something in Cleveland, bro.
Brian.
Put Bron in the middle, and then
Damn.
I've said this for years, and I have spit this for years. Like LeBron James winning the championships in Miami, winning the championship when he came back to Cleveland, and winning the championship in LA. Those accomplishments are secondary to that man taking them damn Cleveland teams to the finals. It was some.
Right. Be real.
Every time I talk to people, I want y'all to think about this. Who was in the league doing anything out of all those guys on that Cleveland team after Bron left? Name me one of them that did anything after Bron left that team. Name me one.
Kyrie.
No, the first team.
Oh, when he was there
The first
with,
team.
Anderson.
And when you say the second team, the
Yeah.
only name you can say is Kyrie. So again, with both Cleveland teams,
Yeah.
you could put the Miami team in there too, low key, when we move in this conversation over there. People that did stuff after they left, after Bron left. But that first Cleveland team,
Cleveland,
them dudes was like out the league.
Yeah.
Them dudes is like all of them.
No,
Sasha
that was similar to
Pavlovich.
what Jordan had with the
Serbiak.
traveling cocaine circus. No, I
Like,
agree.
But
I agree.
that's what I'm saying. When Jordan left, those dudes could still play ball.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
dudes that Bron played with the first time was
Yeah.
kibbles and bits.
Okay.
Yeah, that was kibbles and bits.
Man, I definitely understand that, man. That is wild, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think of the blame game, or if anyone differently needs to be blamed. Stick around. We'll be right back with Around the Association. Welcome back to the Ray Patt Show. With the NBA getting into full swing, it's time to go around the association. Fellas, don't look now, but it does appear that one Michael Jeffrey Jordan has finally put together a solid team. Couple of questions for you. Will they make the playoffs? And is it possible for LaMelo to be the face of the league? Jay Brook, take it away.
Man, they have done an outstanding job, my G. LaMelo is real deal Holyfield.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Bridges is real deal Holyfield. That was a sleeper right there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he might have been a 6-man or whatever.
No, that was my guy.
Really?
I was preaching.
Yeah,
I was preaching on Miles Bridges. That was my guy,
bro.
man.
But you know what I'm saying, for the league to not see him in that light and for him to be playing in this light, like he is about to get the bag. You
Nice.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, Michael Jordan, man, definitely salute to him for what he's doing this year, man, because he been getting a lot. You know, even his boy Skip, you know what I'm saying, Skip Bayless talk about Michael Jordan with these basketball teams. That's how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? Your own people go against you. To see him, you know what I'm saying, to see him shining, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got him on my feet right now, so
Okay.
salute to the big homie, man.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Donnell, what's your take, man? The Hornets make the playoffs, and can LaMelo be the face of the league?
I believe they make the playoffs this year, definitely. I feel like they're where they're at, kind of working right now. They're in that 6-4 range
Okay.
as a team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Kind of finishing in one of those spots. Definitely being a tough out, you know what I mean, somewhere in the playoffs for somebody. Face of the league. No.
No. Why not?
I just don't see it. I mean, it's just hard. Like it's kind of my thing when I go back to like my levels of guys. You have your automatic superstars. You have your kind of your all stars. Like so, that's my tiers. You have superstar, all star, sometimes all star, maybe all star,
Okay.
not an all star.
Okay.
LaMelo kind of falls into that superstar to sometimes all-star guy.
Okay.
I don't think he's the face of the league automatic guy that's going to be on the all-star team every single year.
Okay.
Kind of like, you know, building himself up like that. He's really, really good, man. And so it's like not to think like, you know, because when I have those guys on tiers, like you kind of like you can see it like in like a guy like Bron. He's going to make it every single year of every single basketball team. You have a guy like Carmelo, superstar.
Yeah.
His whole prime, I'm there all the time. You know what I mean? Then another good example of a sometimes guy is a guy like Damian Lillard. Just, again, one more step down.
Yeah.
Gonna make about half of them. You know what I mean? And then my other example would be the sometimey guy, Chris Middleton. Things got to kind of work out.
In order for it to
My
work.
team is good. You know what I mean? I'm balling.
Tread lightly on Chris now. Tread lightly on Chris.
No, he's dope. He's dope. But it's just the thing of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many times is he gonna make 15 All-Star teams?
Probably not. Okay.
No, not.
Okay.
Stop with the probably shit. but the point of that is, I see Melo more in that 8 to 9
Okay.
All-Star games over his
Okay.
career kind of guy.
Okay.
And that's not the face of the league. The face of the league guy is gonna be a 15, 17 All-Star game guy.
But
Okay.
you think the kids, though, the social media presence, do you think that would add to it, even if he is a 8th and 9th guy? Do you think him being the most popular
That part
player
hurts
amongst
you.
the kids? Think
That
so?
part hurts you
Right.
because their attention span is less.
Right,
and it's going to be spread around from different guys. He'll have your time of being that guy.
Okay.
But then how long is that going to last? Is that going to be 2 weeks? Is that going you know how the internet move on? Yeah.
It's been about
No.
4 years now.
No, and I'm saying
Yeah,
he's
right,
nice, but he's
Yeah.
nowhere near the face of the league.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
Nowhere near the face of the
Not
league.
now, but in a couple
right
years, is it possible?
But again, whenever you have a guy that becomes the face of the league, they jump up near the face of the league right from the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
When Shaq comes in, he
He's the
jumped up
face
near
of
the
the
front
league.
face of the league.
Okay.
When LeBron comes in, he jumps up near the face of the league.
Okay.
When Mike came in, he like mixes in with those guys. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not Larry and Magic, but I'm past Fat Lever and Jack
Yeah.
Sigma
Okay.
and all these other guys.
All right.
In a heartbeat.
All right, that makes sense. Now, in the name of protecting their best interests, should the Nets look to part ways with Kyrie Irving? I think a trade that makes sense for both sides is Kyrie for Ben.
Kyrie said he ain't playing for nobody.
Yeah, in the best interest, I think that it would be better for them if they were able to trade him. But I don't think it would be in their best interest still, because I don't think they would be able to get value for him. The only trade that gives them a chance to get Kyrie type of value is a Ben Simmons trade. But I still think with the flaws that Ben Simmons has, it's still not the value of Kyrie.
His game seems like it will work out perfect with James Harden and
It
Kevin Durant,
seems
though.
like it would work out perfect,
Yeah.
but you know that he has flaws, and you know that he has shortcomings that need to be covered up for some reason. Kyrie is a complete basketball player.
Okay.
He's a basketball player. You just roll him out on the floor, you let him go. He's not a bad defender. He's not a bad passer. He's a great shooter. He's a great ball handler. He's a great scorer.
I think interest for both sides. I think that's a trade that I would probably make if I played the role of the GM.
If I was Philly,
I think I would do it.
If I was Philly, no hezzy.
Okay.
No hezzy. Swap.
Okay.
If I'm Brooklyn, I need to talk to Kyrie.
Okay.
I need to make sure that Kyrie is not coming back in any way, shape, form, or fashion without the vaccine and all this other good stuff because Ben Simmons has real flaws we know about. Those flaws are real. Those flaws matter. And the reality of the situation is like when you have a team like that that's put together, it's gonna rumble and smash and crush people along the way to the championship. But that bullshit comes up in the championship. When you get down to those last 4 teams, that's when the real deal comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm out there, playing these weaker teams, you're smashing. But when you get down to those last 8 teams in the NBA, your flaws and that stuff like that, when you're playing multiple game series, that stuff comes out. And Ben Simmons is a guy that's scary for championship competition. He's talented as hell. He does a lot of stuff. He's good at basketball. But the flaws he has are real in championship competition. And if I'm the Nets, they're looking to only win championships. If you're only looking to win championships, you don't want to bring in a guy that has those kind of flaws.
Okay. Jay Brook, hop in there.
Both sides of it, man. Ben Simmons going to the Nets. I mean, you know what I'm saying? KD, he like that free flow basketball. You know, he doing a lot of self shooting right now because he got to. But if you bring another superstar in, I'm pretty sure he would want to swing that ball. Like I'm not swinging that mug to no damn Ben Simmons.
Okay.
That's just straight up. On Philadelphia side, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving, he's almost turned. Well, no shit, not almost. He's turned himself into a liability. It's always an uncertainty. Like, so how you feel this week? You know what I'm saying? Are you injured this week? Are you vaccinated? You gonna be able to play when we go play Brooklyn in the playoff? What happened? They play Brooklyn in the playoff.
Kyrie and Embiid.
I mean, yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. But you know what I'm saying? If you an organization, you might David Griffin yourself. You might whatever these trash, you know what I'm saying, GMs is doing. Like, I feel like that's an uncertainty of a move. You know what I mean?
But they already got a trash player that's not doing nothing for them. So
Yeah.
they gotta find something.
they can't take more trash.
And it's gonna be difficult to find another star for Ben Simmons.
That's true.
The only way that you're going to have a chance to find another star for Ben Simmons is to be in a situation where the other team it's going to be 2 bad situations. I'm swapping out my trash for your trash. And hopefully your trash is not trash for you and your trash is not trash for me. Because if you're trading Ben Simmons, other than that, you're going to get pieces. You're going to get CJ McCollum. You're going to get whatever the other stuff that they're talking about, trading him for, Wiseman or all these other little pieces
Bagley
and stuff like that. All these other pieces that are not guys that are going to be
Take
anywhere
him to
near
the
that
top,
level.
yeah.
So the only way that you even have a chance of getting a guy, even the stuff they talk about from the Spurs, what I would love to be able to consolidate some of our bummy little pieces together and get something like Ben Simmons. But then, what do you want DeJounte Murray and Derek White for when you're giving up Ben Simmons? Like, bro, I'd rather deal with Kyrie and try to, get that boy shot in the sleep.
All right, I definitely understand that, man. And wrapping up around the association, man. Enes Kanter is being very vocal, which isn't anything new for him. Who's right, though? Is he right for calling out Nike, for calling out the transgressions that are going on in China, for calling out the association? Is the association doing the right thing by just falling to the background? Who's right?
Enes makes some points, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit of a wild child, and again, that's always been my thing of like, you're allowed to say whatever you want to say, man. He's willing to die on the sword for it. You know what I mean? And there are gonna be some things with companies like Nike and the NBA that are not right and need to be spoke on. And you have a guy like Enes Kanter who spoke on a lot of things. That bro can't even go back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he gets a bit of credibility from me in that sense of that I know that he's willing to risk a lot to speak on things that need to be spoke on.
Okay.
And so,
Different game that can be respected. All right. Jay Brook, how do you feel on that one, man?
Man, Enes, man, I rock with Enes, bro.
Okay.
Just being real like that, just speaking on them issues like that. I mean, the dude's not afraid to talk about his own country. You know what I'm saying? He can end up getting knocked off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From
This
countries
ain't America,
like
bro.
that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you got the freedom of speech here.
Yeah.
Over there, they will chop your head off.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To have that type of feeling, you know what I'm saying, in you to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I'll take it.
Okay.
Is it good for him? I'm not sure, but I know, you know what I'm saying, us being regular people, I know I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, coming out against these big corporations, you know what I'm saying, capitalism, all the rest of this stuff, man.
I think I agree with both of the points on that one as well, man. Anyone who is actually willing to die on the sword they stand, that's to be respected, because you have a lot of people that tell you what they'll do, but then situations get real and then it's, I ain't say that. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
get
I
real
never did
quiet
that.
in the background.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with both of those points, man. That's it for Around the Association. I'm excited about this next segment. We're gonna pull the curtains back a little bit. We're gonna go one-on-one with Jay Brook. Let's figure out who this guy is. Welcome back to the Ray Patt Show. I am, of course, Ray Patt, joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, King Jay Brook, along with the co-host Donnell. As I stated in the beginning, you're a rapper, artist, producer, promoter. I'm interested in your background, man. How did you get involved in the rap game? How long have you been at it? How did you get started?
Man, I came out the womb with this rap in me, man. My first artist was Big Daddy Kane, man. You know what I'm saying? 1988, you know what I'm saying? That's when I was born. About 1990, my mama said that's all I wanted to hear. 92, it's Criss Cross, you know what I'm saying? A Wu-Tang, Outkast, so, you know what I'm saying? I've been established in this, but I say around 2008, one of my best friends made a song called Halle Berry. He go by the name of Superstar. Super right now. And man, I've been here ever since, man. Got to work with artists like Kurt Cobain's, man, you know what I'm saying, a few different people. So, I mean, I've just been here from there to now, man, and now it's even stronger than ever, so I'm just pushing, bro.
Nice.
And so, like, who would you say, like, I heard you name a couple of the artists that you listened to early in your life, but who do you feel like the artists that, like, kind of helped you, like, form your style and your music, like, what you kind of, the direction that you head into, like, the guys you think of when you think about your style?
I mean, I took a lot from a lot of people, man. Jay-Z was a big influence. You know what I'm saying? The Biggie's a typical, but my favorite artist of all time is Andre 3000.
Okay, 3 Stacks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just them vibes, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? His verses can go today. It's just timeless music. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, man. Making timeless music. Not wasting no bars, you know what I'm saying? Not wasting nothing.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe maybe being too much of a, you know what I'm saying, perfectionist at sometimes, but, you know what I'm saying, the quality and just the style of it, you know what I mean? Hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Getting it where you want it to be.
Hip-hop. Yeah,
Yes,
for real,
Lord.
for real.
Okay, I like that. Now, what are some of the benefits or some of the perks you have found along your journey in this game?
Benefits, man. Being able to see different places, man. Seeing people rap your stuff, or just seeing people just enjoy your music, man. Whether it's my lady, my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all just big to me, man. I'm like a big guy on respect. You know what I mean? And for people to respect your quality and respect what you do, you know what I'm saying? That's what put a smile on my face, man. So I say that's the biggest perk of it all.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So where do you see yourself going? Like, what's the ultimate plan? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to lay it out like label? You want to lay it out like, you know what I mean? Just artists coming down, or you just trying to build this legacy on your own?
Just build a legacy, man. You know, it's not on my own, you know what I'm saying, with my team. I got a good team behind me. Label deals, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, that's pretty cool. But, you know, I'd rather be an independent artist. You know what I'm saying, because you can really touch the people. I feel like a lot of the mainstream is a lot of the stuff that I'm not really trying to personally hear, or people who I believe is in my lane would want to hear. You know what I mean? Just that real hip-hop music, you know what I'm saying? Them authentic beats, them authentic sounds, them samples, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what's
feel
missing.
that.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
I feel that. That's definitely
that's
how
what's
I get
missing
down.
from the game, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say I would want to be a label artist or anything. You know, if a situation happened, that'd be cool, but, you know, so I want to keep this authentic, you know what I mean?
It's not the goal.
Yeah, it's really not the goal. Like, I don't really rap for money, you know what I'm saying? Money is a perk, you know what I'm saying, as well, but this is about the art at the end of the day.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? Basquiat didn't get to see his, you know what I'm saying, his millions that he could have made from his paintings, but them shits is here. It's timeless.
And he did that shit.
Man, he did it. It's just like that.
I definitely understand that. Definitely understand that. Now, as far as performances are concerned, to date, what has been your most memorable show?
Man, my most memorable, probably out here in Austin, bro. We threw one at Club Spinners. It was really like my first headlining show out here in Austin. Getting my foot in the door.
Okay.
And just the level of, you know what I'm saying, respect that, you know what I'm saying, you get when you're on that microphone, man. People like looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no, you know what I'm saying, it's not about they in there drinking or, you know what I'm saying, on their cell phones. Like, people really engaging with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely a great experience, man. Shout out to everybody that came to that show, by the way.
Nice.
For sure.
All right, my man. So obviously you have to take the good with the bad. You told us about your best show. Now give us the other side of the coin. What has been your worst show?
Man, worst show. I can't really point nobody out, man. I don't really want to point a city out, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. But a lot of the times, man, I would say like back in those Halle Berry days, man, going to those small towns and it's 20 people at the show, you know what I'm saying, and nobody's there to hear no rappers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the worst feeling in the world for somebody not to want you there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying, the show must go on at the same time. You feel me?
Understood.
Yeah.
So what do you think about like your preparation for like your regular life as compared to like, you know, your rap life?
Regular life, man, just that consistency. You know what I'm saying? I wake up every morning, go to work. You know what I'm saying? I don't just rap. I got my own personal job as well. I got my own personal things going on. And just being consistent, man. That's the only way to really make it in this business. And to correlate that to the rap is, you know what I'm saying, that's everything. Just staying on top of your game, making sure everything laid out in the proper ways, making sure you got the right connections. That's really what it is, bro.
The grind is real.
Yeah,
the grind is real.
I like that. I like that. Now, if there was one song that you could pick as a soundtrack of your life, what would it be?
Soundtrack of my life, man. Like I said, Andre 3000, my favorite artist, man.
Okay.
And
That's fair. If you think he would be the artist to represent you, that's also fair.
yeah, just like I told you about having my own personal job. When Andre 3000 told him I got stopped at the mall the other day, heard a call from the other way where I just came from. Some nigga was saying something, talking about when he spoke that verse, bro, and just, you know what I'm saying, having people thinking that he was a huge artist, but really he was a day-to-day man. I would say, yeah, I live by the same struggle that he had. You know what I'm saying?
I was right there with you. I was trying to let you
I was about to keep going, but you know what I'm saying, wrap it up. Yeah, I was going to say wrap it up
I
on
know
him.
we were supposed to go back and forth.
Yeah. Straight up.
All right. No, I
But yeah,
definitely
that song
understand
though,
that.
man, that's just a classic, man. That really wraps me up in, you know what I'm saying, just one ball or whatever, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, that's that verse right there.
Yeah, that's the verse. That's one of the hardest verses of all time.
If you don't move, we don't eat.
Nah, man.
Okay. Yeah. No, I
don't
definitely
move, you
understand
don't
that, man. All right, King Jay Brook, my man. I know that I didn't prepare you for this, but when we have guests come by, or artists, or performers, or whoever it is, we do like to peek into their world a little bit more. My man sitting to your side is one of the biggest hip-hop heads I know, so I'm sure he will appreciate this as well. The question I have for you, are you ready?
What's up, man?
Did you bring us any bars?
Shit, I got you, man. Let's go.
Let's get it.
You got balls.
Get it. I got something for you. What I tell him, all my written verses is wavy. I can never let them play me. This dope straight from the 80s. Southside bubble-eyed lens on Mercedes. Pop trunk from A-Leaf to Katie. All this drip I should enlist in Navy. Extended clip, pray it Mr. Baby. Deposit slips daily. Tell the polices, fuck 'em, till they free my nigga Young D and Big Bailey. Another M off a whipped Haley. That Audi truck was a big purchase. Them 30s on it made that shit perfect. My nigga trapped cause of mispurpose. Duct tape around the strap in case shit surface. All this water on the...
Explode this! Okay, give us the bars! All right, man. Donnell, rate them.
Nah, hey,
rate those bars, man.
And we come right off the dome, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If he just digging in the crates real quick, man, you're not giving my man no preparation time. He ain't got no beat. He ain't got nothing cracking right now. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
All right. That's respect, man. That's respect.
The only reason he's not a 10 is because he didn't stop when he wanted to stop.
Yeah.
That's it. But 9 out of 10, we with it.
That's respect, man. I know I caught you off guard with that, but hey, man, you fulfilled your duty, man. I appreciate that. You done bought the bars, man. Now, for the people who don't know, man, where can you be found?
Man, I can be found, man, all media sites, man. King Jay Brook, Spotify, Apple Music, King Jay Brook. I'm King Jay Brook everywhere, man.
Nice.
Look it up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Any
Yes,
projects
sir.
coming soon? Anything out there?
Man, be on the lookout for Dope Ain't Cheap, man. That's the album dropping, man. Pin bias.
For real, man. It's not.
Yeah, it ain't cheap. It's expensive, man. That's a fact. This shit from the 80s, man. Like I said, man. And be on the lookout for the mixtape, man. Pin bias, man. For all of the spitters out there, man. I got something for y'all.
Nice. Now, sometimes I am a little bit hard of hearing, man. So one more time, where can you be found?
At King Jay Brook on all sites, all streaming platforms. I'm here, man.
Awesome. That's the one-on-one section with King Jay Brook. You heard the bars. Follow his music. If you're not following his music, you lame. I said it first. We'll be right back with Sit Your Ass Down.
Sir.
Welcome right back to the Ray Patt Show, man. Our final segment this week, of course, show favorite, Sit Your Ass Down. Gentlemen, I'm not sure if you've seen the news, but Sauce Walker recently impregnated, and I quote, his top prostitute. I'm not sure that that's the proper thing to do, man, and just because I'm not sure it's the proper thing to do, I know it's the wrong thing to do. So Sauce Walker, my man, sit your ass down. Jay Brook, why does he need to have a seat, man?
Man, I don't want to talk about my dog Sauce, but man, what has the game come to? Now, I've heard of this before.
Okay.
I've heard of some P's, you know what I'm saying, some pimps having that type of, you know what I'm saying, relationship with they, you know what I'm saying, they givers, and he's saying that she's not really a giver like that. It's more of a social thing. It's more of an internet type thing.
New terms.
Man, that, hey, bruh, it couldn't be me. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
All right.
Shout out Sauce, man. But damn, man, what you got?
Bro. like that's bananas, man.
That's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand like what having a kid is. Like my girls are 19.
Okay, yeah.
Both of them are 19.
Older, yeah.
Your boy was a little wild in the streets.
Right.
I got 2 different moms.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They 6 months apart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He was out there.
But the thing about that is like them is the women that represent your child for their whole life.
Yeah.
I'm already slightly ashamed that I had 2 women pregnant at the same time. Let alone if I was to impregnate a damn prostitute. These dudes done lost their mind. Because these chicks will be on OnlyFans. They'll be little Instagram little trampies. You know what I'm saying? They straight out slanging the coochie. You know what I'm saying? Like old girl. And these dudes think it's cool to hold these girls' hands. Family.
Never heard of it.
Family. Get it together. You are allowed to be associated with sexually with whoever you want to be associated with sexually in your room. Keep that shit private. But don't be impregnating no strippers, none of them OnlyFans girls, none of them porno stars, prostitutes, none of that stuff. Them is not good mothers. You don't want your daughter doing that mess.
Facts.
If her mom do that mess, bruh, not saying she automatically gonna do that mess, but you not helping. Get it together, family. You could choose whatever type of chick you want. You could get your little college little something, you know what I mean? With the common sense, that's cute. That look probably just like the little prostitute.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying whatever you like is what you like. You know what I'm saying? She might be exactly that. Bruh, Sauce, get your shit together, man. But right now, have a seat, player.
Moving on. You alluded to it earlier, King Jay Brook. Kyle Rittenhouse is giving the world crocodile tears. You know what, Kyle? You put on a hell of a performance, man. The judge clearly has bought your story. For those crocodile tears, Kyle, sit your ass down. Jay Brook?
Man, you need to take a Indian style seat.
Oh, that boy, sir, this is 2021, dog. You can only say crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce. Sorry for the disrespect. Crisscross, you need to take a crisscross applesauce seat, my man. Salute to all the Indian brethren, man.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, Native American brethren,
that's what
man.
I'm saying.
Let me get that right as well,
Gardens.
man. But man, right in the house, my boy.
Man.
Yeah, man. Hey, miss me with that bullshit, dog.
Yeah.
Have a seat, player. Like, you know what I'm saying? You did what you did. You at where you at. That little ain't finna get you out of jail. you out of there, player. Just
Man.
look, you making it worse. You already finna go to jail, bro. You need to be trying to stand up tough. You don't need to be making no faces, having people thinking you soft.
Fresh fish on the
That
line,
boy said,
man.
soft.
Man,
3 T's.
yeah, facts.
His arm up in the air.
Facts.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man. Next up, man, Kenneth Petty claims his rape victim was a willing participant. Last time I checked, people who get raped generally aren't willing participants. So, Kenneth Petty, you think that's good to say, or like it was actually cool? My man, sit your ass down. Jay Brook?
I don't know the situation, man. I don't know what happened. The man said he was 17, she was 17 a lot of years ago, but man, I mean, Kenneth, you know what I mean? Like, just be quiet, bro. Just go with your lady, man. Enjoy these Gucci bags and these damn Gucci outfits, man. Fendi everywhere. Just, come on, man. Just be quiet, bro. Stay out the limelight, man. Keep your lady out of the limelight, because what you say will affect you in 2021, my G. Especially when it come down to rape. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get these dudes, man.
Man.
I don't get them, man. Like, on a level, it's like, okay, there's gonna be some, like, I guess, ambiguous situations at times. But when you end up in these situations and somebody's coming at you with the story that she's coming at for, like how he handled that situation, it's like, family, just shut the fuck up, have a seat,
Thank you.
and pray your ass don't gotta go to jail for some shit that happened a long ass time ago.
Facts.
Like you wanna sauce the situation up and hype it up and, like, you know what I'm saying, be on this, like, this pedestal and talking this reckless shit. I just feel like it be these weird dudes.
Yeah.
I just feel like it be these weird dudes
Yeah.
half the time, bro. Like, why do you want something from a girl that don't want to give it to you anyway, bro? Stop being weird. Stop being weird, dog.
Straight
If
up.
she take your hand off the button of her pants, she don't want to smash, homie.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, chill.
Any type
Like,
of
chill, like, bro,
vibe,
like, it's not even that hard to
Yeah.
get that vibe.
Facts.
It's real easy to see. It's real easy to tell. If she don't want to do it, get your grown ass up, take your ass home, and stop trying to go to jail for 25 years and ruin somebody's life for some bullshit.
Preach it. Preach it. Preach
Sit
it.
your ass down, bro, and shut the fuck up.
Sit down and shut up. I don't like that one, man. Next, man, we're going to bring it back, man. Anthony Street Clothes Davis is not being a good leader, and because he's not being a good leader and he's prone to being injured, that doesn't give him the right to act the way he is. So Anthony Davis, and it may change later, but for now, my man, sit your ass down. Jay Brook?
Bro, you're 7 foot. You damn 200 whatever pounds you are. We know you a man, bro. Don't let the injuries and all the rest of that bullshit get to your head to where you feel like you need to play the my sack bigger than your sack game, right now. Just relax, play basketball, get it done, man. Simple as that. LeBron out. Be a leader, bro. Be there for the team, man. Help Russell Westbrook out from throwing the ball up against your head and out of bounds, man. Get my dog straight, man, before you start trying to punk people and doing all this extra stuff, man. Relax, brother. Please.
I ain't no Laker fan, so I don't mind if Anthony sits his ass down. He can sit his ass down every damn day. But as a Laker fan, I don't know why y'all tell him to sit down. Every time that boy sit down, he might not never get back up. Yeah, you need to keep Anthony Davis on his feet at all times.
Yeah.
Played as much basketball. If he arguing with people, if he standing up while he doing it, man, y'all better thumb that boy up and let him stay right there.
Oh, man.
Every time Anthony street clothes,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What he be doing in them street clothes?
Yeah.
He got the one nickname. He got the one nickname because he be wearing street clothes. But we all know what he be doing in them street clothes. He be sitting his ass down.
Oh, man. That's true.
So
man.
yeah,
He
y'all
fresh,
Laker
though.
fans,
God,
yeah.
dang, he be fresh.
It don't make a
Man,
difference. He gonna get hurt again.
That is true.
He gonna just get hurt
Oh,
again.
man. And, fellas, with that, man, that brings a conclusion to this week's episode of the Ray Patt Show. Thank you to Donnell for being here. Any final words?
I just want to say I appreciate everybody for listening. Check out your boy Facebook, Donnell.Shular. That's the only place that I'm at, man. Just holler at me. Leave comments. I'm going to post the show. I'm going to post the videos, the clips, all that stuff. Interact. If you got beef, if you got something with something I said, holler at your boy. Get at me. We can argue wherever you want to argue. I'm with it at all times. Appreciate Ray for getting a haircut for this show, bro. He been slacking on his macking, slipping on his pippin', but we back in the game, baby.
King Jay Brook.
Man, look, bro, I appreciate both of y'all brothers, man. This was true, bro. It was really an honor, bro, to be here with y'all today, man. Shout out to Hypocritically Acclaimed, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Big Dog Jamie for sure. Follow me, man, or just holler at me, or go check me out on all social sites, man. King Jay Brook, man. YouTube, whatever you need, streaming, Spotify, Apple Music. Holla at me, man.
It's going down.
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you for being prepared. Thank you for being ready today, King
sure,
Jay
bro.
Brook. Special thank you to Donnell. Special thank you to King Jay Brook. Special thank you to Hypocritically Acclaimed, along with the H2EG sports team for the productions of the shows, man. I have been Ray Patt, of course, your host as well as your moderator. Before we let you go, never forget the famous words of your parents. Do as I say, not as I do. We'll see you when we see you.